She pushes against his chest with all the strength she can gather. Tears well up in her eyes as she trembles, her voice breaking into a desperate, "Don't!" Her resistance is weak, but it's all she has. The fear inside her rises like a storm, threatening to drown her. His hand moves closer, ignoring the silent plea in her eyes. Her breathing grows uneven, panic setting in. Every inch of distance he closes feels like a wall pressing down on her, trapping her in a corner where no one can hear her. A cold voice echoes in the air. He looks at her as if she's fragile, something easily broken. She's such a weak person. His thoughts are cruel. To him, her fear isn't a warning, it's amusement. She trembles while he wears that cold, dangerous smile. His expression hardens and a chilling thought crosses his mind. Giving up would make the world dull. To him, this is not about emotion. It's about control, about keeping something he believes belongs to him. Her fear boils over, erupting in a scream. "Let me go!" Her voice is raw, desperate, filled with everything she can't fight with her hands. For the first time, the air is split with something louder than her pounding heart. But instead of letting her go, he grips her wrists tightly. The force of his hold sends a jolt of pain through her arm. The contrast between her trembling hand and his unyielding grip makes the power imbalance painfully clear. He leans closer, lowering his voice to something almost casual. "I heard your literature team is calling for funding." His words are calculated, slipping into her ears like a poisoned promise. It's no longer just about power, it's manipulation. She struggles again, but his grip doesn't loosen. The sound of their breaths fills the small space between them, heavy and suffocating. Her mind races, trying to find a way out. He might be willing to give up billions just because he wants to. Her thoughts are scattered, torn between fear and the harsh reality of the power he holds. Money, influence, control. None of it is in her favor. Pinned against the tree, she finally screams, "Stop!" The word echoes like a final thread of defiance, but his gaze is steady, sharp like a blade. He towers over her, confident that no one will save her here. His voice is cold and manipulative as his fingers tighten around her wrist. "As long as you cooperate," he says, his words dripping with implied threats, "I might consider investing in your script." The promise isn't a kindness, it's a chain. She can feel the pressure, not just on her skin, but crushing her spirit. He leans in, eyes sharp like a predator sizing up its prey. "Well, do you want to try?" The question isn't truly a question. It's a corner she's being pushed into with no easy escape. His tone leaves no room for innocence. Her heart pounds in her chest as her voice falters. Fear knots in her throat, choking any real words before they can escape. Every breath she takes feels shallow, every second heavier than the last. Her eyes flash with a flicker of resistance. "Don't," she blurts out, her hands trembling. She doesn't know where the courage comes from, only that she refuses to give in. She's trapped, but not broken. In her mind, panic screams louder than her voice. "I shouldn't make any deal with such a dangerous person." The realization cuts through her like ice. She knows that agreeing would mean losing a piece of herself forever. His grip doesn't loosen. He leans closer, his voice lowering to a vile whisper. "Don't forget what you said. Take a shower and wait for me tonight." The words make her skin crawl. To him, this isn't cruelty, it's control. Rage and fear finally burst from her chest. "You shameless!" she yells, pushing him with all the strength she can muster. The air shakes with the force of her desperate push, though deep down, she knows it may not be enough. Her legs move before her mind can catch up. She turns and runs, the sound of her footsteps echoing through the trees. Behind her, his voice cuts through the air like a blade. Run away? She doesn't look back. Run, run, run. Her mind chants the word over and over as she sprints down the path, heart hammering in her ears. But his calm stare burns into her back, promising that this isn't over. Elsewhere, his cold voice orders, "Go meet her team." It's clear he's not done with her. He's moving pieces on a board only he controls, and she is trapped in a game she never wanted to play. The scene opens with a distant view of a large campus-like complex. The sound of the school bell echoes loudly, ring, 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 signaling the start of a new day. Over this scene, a short response is heard, yes. It's calm yet determined, setting the tone for what's about to unfold. The camera zooms in closer, revealing the modern red brick buildings and busy streets filled with students walking to class. The sunlight reflects gently off the windows, making the campus appear warm and welcoming. This is a place full of youthful energy, where stories are waiting to be written. Inside a quiet hallway, sunlight streams through large glass windows. Two figures can be seen walking side by side, their footsteps light and casual. Their conversation begins to fill the empty corridor, signaling the start of a meaningful exchange. One of the girls, dressed elegantly in a black dress, leans slightly toward her friend, speaking in a hushed but excited tone. "I heard the leader has found someone willing to invest for him. It's strange," she exclaims, eyes wide with curiosity. Her companion, with soft pink hair and a more reserved expression, listens quietly. The girl continues speaking as they walk, her voice slightly lowered. "He is currently in the office discussing the script, so he asked us to come immediately." Her tone carries both excitement and a hint of urgency, as if something important is happening behind closed doors. Hearing this, the pink-haired girl can't help but smile softly. She lowers her gaze, and the words escape her lips almost like a sigh. "Really, it's good." A small note floats in the air, capturing the subtle shift in her emotions. Hope begins to flicker in her heart. The two girls finally reach a door. The pink-haired girl gently pushes it open, the sign above indicating it's an office. The light from the hallway spills into the room, and anticipation builds as they take their first step inside. As the morning sunlight streamed through the tall glass windows, two girls stood side by side. One, with sharp blue eyes and a stylish black dress, gasped in frustration, "Why is he again?" The other, softer and quieter, with long pink hair, stayed silent, her expression calm but unreadable. The tension in the air was almost visible. Elsewhere, in the same building, two men were in discussion. One of them, with blonde hair and round glasses, noticed something was off and asked, "Kaka, why did you stop?" His cheerful tone contrasted with the serious atmosphere around them. He then turned toward the man sitting on the couch, an elegant figure in a dark blue suit, holding a folder in one hand and a cigar in the other. "Mr. Bei Ming," the blonde man said eagerly, "you can preview our script." His enthusiasm was obvious, but Mr. Bei Ming's calm demeanor revealed nothing. The blonde assistant's eyes widened in sudden realization. "Ah," he thought, as understanding dawned on him. Whatever Bei Ming had implied, he finally grasped it, though what exactly that was remained unsaid. He kept gesturing with exaggerated waves, urging them to hurry, his energy filling the quiet office. The two girls exchanged glances before slowly approaching, hesitant yet obedient. Mr. Bei Ming finally broke the silence. His low, composed voice carried across the room as he asked, "Who wrote the script?" He looked up from the pages, his sharp gaze revealing a curiosity that seemed to pierce right through them. The blonde man immediately straightened up, adjusting his bow tie with a nervous smile. Gesturing toward the pink-haired girl beside him, he explained, "This is Ying Ka. She's the editor. She's the one who came up with the story. Then our entire team edited it together." Bei Ming's eyes softened slightly. He leaned back in his chair, a faint, knowing smile appearing on his lips. "Oh, it turns out to be that," he murmured, his tone carrying a mysterious hint, like he had just uncovered something intriguing. The blonde assistant's eyes widened in sudden realization. "Ah," he thought as understanding dawned on him. Whatever Beiming had implied, he finally grasped it, though what exactly that was remained unsaid. As sunlight streamed through the large windows, the cheerful blonde boy adjusted his round glasses, flashing a confident smile. Without warning, he grabbed the girl's hand and began to walk away, his excitement radiating with every step. The girl, surprised and slightly confused, followed reluctantly, her eyes wide with curiosity and a question mark practically floating above her head. She had no idea what he was planning, but something told her this moment was just the beginning of something unexpected. Before she could ask anything, a sharp, playful voice echoed from behind them. "Kaka! You should stay here to discuss with Mr. Bai Ming about this script. Make sure to satisfy him." The teasing words filled the air just before the door slammed shut with a loud bam. The sound reverberated through the room, leaving the girl staring at the closed door in bewilderment, trapped inside with the one person she hadn't expected to face alone. The pink-haired girl stood frozen, her delicate hand raised uncertainly. "The leader, she began softly, her voice trembling as she tried to explain herself, but her words trailed off, lost in the heavy air between them. Her wide violet eyes reflected confusion, anxiety, and the faintest glimmer of determination. She hadn't prepared for this meeting, and certainly not with someone as intimidating as him. Her thoughts swirled as she glanced toward the tall, composed man in the room. Did he really come here just to invest in the script? She wondered, her heart pounding. The thought seemed too simple, too ordinary for someone of his stature. There was something in his gaze, calm yet piercing, that made her suspect there was more behind his visit than he let on. Holding the script in his hand, the dark-haired man scanned the pages with sharp eyes. His deep voice broke the silence. "The scenes are pretty good," he admitted, "but there's no drama at all. In this movie world, what will you do to attract audiences?" His tone was neither harsh nor gentle, just brutally honest. He looked up briefly, his expression unreadable, making her heart tighten with unease. Trying to gather her courage, she lifted her head and spoke earnestly. "Anyway, we are also just students," she said, her soft voice trembling slightly. "Isn't this very suitable?" Her words were simple, but her wide, pleading eyes revealed the worries stirring inside her. She wanted him to understand. This project wasn't about perfection, it was about passion. But her hope shattered in an instant. With a swift, irritated motion, he threw the script on the table. Throw! The papers fluttered across the surface, rustling loudly in the silence. The sudden action made her flinch, her heart sinking as she realized just how serious his disapproval was. The man leaned back, folding his arms with a cool composure. "Dongling is a place that focuses on business," he explained coldly. "If another corporation wants to invest in cinema, there will be an important part: advertising." His tone carried authority, as if each word were a verdict. To him, films weren't just art, they were strategy and profit. His eyes sharpened as he continued, his voice low but firm. "If your audience is just students, then this will not be suitable for us. So, what do we invest to do?" The question hung heavy in the air, more like a challenge than curiosity. It pierced her confidence, leaving her momentarily speechless. Then, with a faint, confident smile, he lifted a cigar between his fingers. The sunlight caught on his sleek suit and the edge of his smirk, giving him an air of dominance and mystery. He exuded power, the kind that could crush dreams or make them come true with a single decision, and at that moment, she realized how high the stakes really were. With a determined expression, the pink-haired girl speaks passionately, her violet eyes glowing with conviction. This drama, she declares, is not only suitable for students, but also for other audiences, especially those who are in love. Her voice carries the weight of her belief, as if she truly wants her words to reach someone's heart. Standing before a man seated behind a desk, the girl clasps her hands nervously over her chest. Her blue skirt sways slightly as she gathers her courage. The room is filled with a quiet tension, her earnestness contrasted sharply by the calm, almost cold composure of the man before her, whose hand rests lazily on a cigar. The man's fingers reach for a golden lighter resting on the desk. His voice is steady and analytical. "But," he says, his tone betraying no emotion, "I didn't see any attractive details in this script." The words cut through the air, and the girl's heart sinks slightly, her hard work so easily dismissed. Trying to stay composed, she leans forward slightly, her voice respectful yet eager. "So, Mr. Beiming, how should we fix this script so that it can achieve the results we expect?" Her eyes search his face, hoping for a hint of approval or even interest. The man sits comfortably in his chair, exuding quiet authority in his dark suit. The girl, holding the golden lighter delicately in her hand, extends it toward him. The atmosphere grows thick with unspoken tension. Though their actions are simple, there's an undeniable spark between them. A faint smirk plays across the man's lips as he lights his cigar, the flame reflecting in his sharp violet eyes. "Are you enticing me?" he asked smoothly, his tone both teasing and provocative. The girl freezes, caught off guard by his unexpected words and the flirtatious glint in his gaze. Flustered but trying to recover, the girl forces a smile. "Add a little more drama, that's also good. Let's consider it a good idea. Anyway, you already said this before. The stories aren't bad either." Her nervousness is obvious, yet there's a trace of determination in her voice. Mr. Beiming looks at her with mild amusement, flipping through the script. "Not bad," he murmurs. "You should see this. A very beautiful scenery. Romantic. A princess and the general. They should do something." His voice trails off as he imagines the scene, his eyes softening with thought. As he studies the script, the afternoon sunlight filters through the window, casting warm light on the golden pages. His expression grows thoughtful. "Not bad," he repeats half to himself. "A beautiful scene. Romantic. Perhaps the princess and the general should share something more." His tone suggests more than just a professional suggestion. There's a hint of something personal lingering beneath his words. The gentle light of the afternoon sun streamed through the large windows, casting a warm glow on the two people sitting in the back seat of a sleek car. The girl, with flowing pink hair and vibrant violet eyes, leaned forward slightly, her expression filled with curiosity and a hint of surprise. She wore a simple white blouse tucked into a high-waisted blue skirt, her posture suggesting that she had just noticed something unexpected. Seated beside her was a man in a dark navy suit, his tie neatly fastened and his demeanor calm and composed. His hand held a yellowed script, or manuscript, which the girl seemed to be studying intently. Her eyes were wide, not from fear, but from something more complex. Perhaps intrigue, embarrassment, or even disbelief at what she had just read. The quiet tension between them was palpable, not in a hostile way, but in the way of two people caught in a moment that could tip into something more personal. The girl's body language leaned toward him, signaling a bridge of interest or a need for clarification, while he remained collected, holding the manuscript like it carried the weight of a secret yet to be revealed. As the scene shifts focus, the narrative turns inward, spotlighting a particular piece of text from the script. The background fades slightly, directing all attention to the spoken or thought words that burst dramatically onto the panel like a sudden realization. The foot of the mountain, the cave, the night, one male and one female is really suitable for intimate scenes. The words drank with both comedic and awkward force. Clearly, the content of the script is unexpectedly suggestive, hinting at a romantic or perhaps outright passionate scene set in a remote, mysterious location. It's the kind of setting where stories flirt with danger, vulnerability, and emotional tension. From the context, it's evident that this sentence has caught the girl off guard. The scene teeters between embarrassment and amusement, creating a perfect setup for romantic tension in the plot. The focus on the man's suit and the girl's surprised posture in the previous image now makes sense. This isn't just a script reading, it's the beginning of an emotionally charged, perhaps even flustered interaction between two very different individuals.